Good morning, friends. This is Alan Victor Alpha 3 Bravo Hotel Yankee. Welcome back to the channel. Are you tired of this? If you've been thinking about switching to Linux but worry about losing access to your Windows-only software, this video is for you. Spoiler alert! You don't have to choose one or the other. As the saying goes, ¿por qué no los dos? Why not both? Let's dive in and I'll show you exactly how to make the switch without giving up the programs you rely on. We begin on my Linux Mint desktop. The Linux distribution I highly recommend for anyone migrating from Windows. It's clean, intuitive, and familiar, especially for users who spent years in the Windows environment. A close second is Zorin OS, which also aims to replicate the Windows experience. Both of these distros are designed to make the transition smooth and stress-free. They're stable, user-friendly, and most importantly, they just work. Let's go back to my Linux Mint desktop. I click the panel bar shortcut I created to launch the Oracle VM VirtualBox Manager. Once it opens, you'll see that I've set up two virtual machines, one running Windows 10 and the other running Windows 11. Here's the Windows 10 virtual machine. These are the resources I allocated to run Windows 10 inside a VirtualBox. Let's double-click the Windows 10 machine to launch it. We'll wait a moment while it fully boots up. Now, let's enter our password to log in. And here it is. Windows 10 running inside VirtualBox on Linux Mint. Let's switch to full screen mode for the best experience. To show you this is a functional Windows 10 installation, let's check the activation status. Most virtual machines won't activate Windows properly, but my setup does. As you can see, this copy of Windows 10 is fully activated. This means it can receive updates directly from Microsoft servers, just like a native install. Another key feature of my setup is full access to the Microsoft Store. If you purchased apps or software from the store, you'll need this access to reinstall them. Many virtual machine setups don't support the store, but mine does. To verify internet access and multimedia performance, I open a browser and head to YouTube. Next, I search for my own channel and select a video, specifically the one showcasing my 71-foot random wire antenna project. I switch to full screen, bump the resolution to 1080p high definition, and enable Stats for Nerds to monitor playback performance. The video runs flawlessly, zero drop frames, smooth playback, and crisp visuals. This confirms that this Windows 10 virtual machine is fully capable of handling high-definition streaming and multimedia tasks with ease. Now, let's install LibreOffice, free alternative to Microsoft Office. From the Windows 10 virtual machine desktop, I open Firefox and search for LibreOffice. Here's the official site, exactly what we want. I click the download link to get the latest version. Once the installer finishes downloading, I run it. The setup begins and I follow the prompts to complete the installation. And that's it. LibreOffice is now installed and ready to use on this Windows 10 virtual machine. Let's test the newly installed LibreOffice suite. From the desktop, I double-click the LibreOffice icon to launch it. First, I open Writer, the word processor. I type a simple sentence, then increase the font size and change the text style. Everything works. Formatting is responsive and smooth. Since this is a test, I won't save the document. Next, I open Calc, the spreadsheet application. It's LibreOffice equivalent of Excel. I enter a few numbers into some cells, format them as currency, and use the sum function to calculate the total. That worked perfectly too. Again, no need to save. This was just a quick functionality check. Let's test installing VLC Media Player, a very popular application. From the Windows 10 desktop, I open Firefox and search for VLC. Here's the official site, exactly what we want. I click the download link to get the latest version. Once the installer finishes downloading, I run it. The setup begins and I follow the prompts to complete the installation. That's it. VLC is now installed and ready to use on this Windows 10 virtual machine. Now, let's check out the Windows 11 virtual machine. Here's the Windows 11 virtual machine. These are the resources I allocated to run Windows 11 inside the VirtualBox. Let's double-click the Windows 11 to launch it. We'll wait a moment while it fully boots up. Now, let's enter our password to log in. And here it is. Windows 11 running inside VirtualBox on Linux Mint. Let's check the activation status. As you can see, this copy of Windows 11 is fully activated. Another key feature of my setup is full access to the Microsoft Store. If you purchase apps or software from the store, you'll need this access to reinstall them. Let's install Mozilla Firefox. I start by double-clicking the Windows 11 VM to launch it. After logging in with my password, I head to the taskbar and click the shortcut to open Microsoft Edge. In the search bar, I type Firefox. The results bring me to the official Mozilla Firefox download page. I click the download link and wait for it to finish. Once the installer is ready, I open it and follow the prompts to complete the installation. Firefox is now installed and ready to use, giving me a solid alternative to Edge for browsing the web. Testing YouTube playback on Windows 11 virtual machine. On the taskbar, I click the link to open Firefox. Then, click on YouTube link. I search for my own YouTube channel and choose one of the videos. I chose a video I made for Imish. I check the playback quality and change it up to 1080p high definition playback. Then, enable Stats for Nerds to see the playback performance. I switched to full screen, and as you can see, this Windows 11 virtual machine is fully capable of playing YouTube videos. Now, let's install ChatGPT on Windows 11 virtual machine using the Microsoft Store. Back on the Windows 11 desktop, I clicked on Microsoft Store to launch it. Then, scroll up until I see the icon for ChatGPT. I click on this icon to choose it. I then click the Get icon to start the download and get the license. I wait until the ChatGPT software is done, then I click the Open icon. Here it is. ChatGPT is now running on my Windows 11 virtual machine. Shared folders. Let me show you now how I set up a shared folder that can be accessed by Linux Mint, Windows 10, and Windows 11. First, I open VirtualBox and make sure that both Windows 10 and Windows 11 are off. Let's configure Windows 10 first. Click on Settings, then down to Shared Folders. Click on the small plus sign to add a shared folder. For the folder shared path, click the down arrow and choose Other. Then, select which folder within Linux Mint you want to share with Windows. I chose Documents folder by clicking once and highlighting it, then I click Open. I leave the folder name to Documents. On the mount point, I chose a drive letter that is unused. So for the mount point, I typed Z:. Then place a check mark on Auto Mount. Click OK to apply these changes. Click OK to exit. It is time to test this shared folder. I double-click on Windows 10 Virtual Machine to open it. I enter my password to log in. I click on File Explorer, and yes, I can see a map drive Z. I double-click on this map drive to open it. Let's create a plain text document and place it on this map drive. I name the file Testing Shared Folder, then close the folder. I minimized Windows 10 to go back to Linux Mint Desktop. Double-click on Home folder, then Documents folder. Okay, look, the text document I created earlier on Windows 10 appeared on Linux Mint. I will create folder on Linux Mint inside the Documents folder and name it Folder Created on Linux Mint. I close the Documents folder and go back to Windows 10. I click the File Explorer, this PC, then the Map Z drive. Look, I can see the new folder created on Linux Mint. There you go. I've shown that Linux Mint and Windows 10 can share files and folders. Let's power off this Windows 10 virtual machine so that we can configure the same shared folder with Windows 11. Make sure that Windows 11 machine is powered off. Click on Settings, Scroll down to Shared Folders. Click the small plus sign to add a shared folder. On the folder path, click the down arrow and choose Other. Then, select Documents folder by clicking once and highlighting it, then click Open. Leave the folder name to Documents. On the mount point, enter the letter Z plus a colon. Place a check mark on Auto Mount. Click OK to apply these changes. Then finally click OK to exit. Time to test this shared folder. Double-click on Windows 11 Virtual Machine to launch it. I enter my password to log in. Click on File Explorer and Home, and yes, I can see a map drive Z. I double-click on this map drive and I can see the files created during our Windows 10 test. Let's create a new folder and call it "This folder was created by Windows 11 Virtual Machine." Close this shared folder, minimize Windows 11, and go back to Linux Mint Desktop. Double-click on the Home folder, then open the Documents folder. Okay, look, the folder I created on Windows 11 appeared on Linux Mint. Now, I will create a document file on Linux Mint, name it, then save it. We go back to Windows 11 to check if the file shows up on Windows 11 shared folder. Yes, it does. There it is, a shared folder between Linux, Windows 10, and Windows 11. Let's power off this Windows machine. I hope that this video inspired you to try Linux, knowing that you can still maintain access to your Windows 10 or 11 using VirtualBox machines. This is Alan, Victor Alpha 3, Bravo Hotel Yankee. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you like me to detail the procedure, how I did this, please let me know by leaving a comment below. Thanks for watching. 73 to all.